So next up in Tradestreaming Radio for this week, I wanted to focus on what we call Trend Watch. This is something that I've chosen that I think is interesting. I hope you find interesting. Today's trend has to do with consolidation and sort of the second generation online broker platforms. Obviously, we have three big players in the online broker space. We've got Ameritrade, E-Trade, and Schwab. The reason I stumbled upon that is Schwab, I don't think is a classic online broker. Obviously, they do have online brokerage access. We're seeing second generation platforms that emerged, more recently, begin to consolidate. And the first thing we saw last week is Interactive Brokers. It's a platform that a lot of new investment advisors, registered investment advisors, RIAs are building their portfolios on. They do a lot of this mirroring type thing where you can actually manage a portfolio and bring in managed accounts that are executed automatically when you make a change in the model portfolio. Interactive Brokers took over a 6% position in TradeStation. We saw Ameritrade enter this fray with the Thinkorswim purchase. I guess that's probably about 18, maybe 24 months ago already. And reportedly in the industry, that was a great purchase on their behalf, 600, 700 million. I don't remember the exact number. And now we're seeing, consolidation or perhaps potential consolidation at the second generation brokers, who really have built, really powerful technology platforms. That's what they are first and foremost. And they're technology platforms that are attracting sort of the next generation investment advisory business. So I'd keep your eye on that. Next up on Tradestreaming Radio is our Deal Watch. Just this week we've launched Tradestreaming.com, which is a financial Groupon of sorts. We're going out and sourcing the best of breed financial / investing products, negotiating on our community's behalf, and offering really value added deals. This week is what I like to call value investing in the sports betting marketplace. So I like to tell the story about famed value investor Joel Greenblatt, who, as you know, probably is the author of the little book that still beats the market. And he's the founder of the Magic Formula, which has posted returns of about 40% a year for 20 years. He explains his results when you ask him. It's nothing more than a focus on what makes a good investment in the real world. And he throws in a little sixth grade math to boot. In Greenblatt's world, this strategy extends to schooling. He's also focused on turning around failing schools in the New York area, and he's had great success with that. So the way I think of it, if value investing can be applied to an educational model, it can be applied to anything. I'm an investor who uses value-based principles in my investing strategy, and Tradestreaming, in my book, and everything I've written about on my blog is about identifying and investing in low-risk, high-payoff targets. And that's what got me thinking about sports betting. I'm not a gambler at heart, for sure not. But I do believe the internet has opened up new markets that weren't easily accessible before. We've seen examples in online Forex. Obviously, offline Forex is a huge market. It's extremely easy now to open up an online Forex account and be able to trade currencies. We've seen peer-to-peer lending, the Prosper.coms of this world. I wrote about this in my book as well. This has social value for sure, but it's also an opportunity for enterprising investors. So why would somebody bet on sports? There's liquidity. You have marketplaces now where you can find bid and ask. There is some transparency, so you can see sort of the price movements. You can get your hands on historical data, so you can build strategies that take advantage of this. It's odds-based success, so just like investing, you don't have to be perfect 100% of the time, but if you can be more than half the time right, you can actually make money this way. There's continuous pricing, and what a lot of people like about it, and this is sort of the gambling aspect, is the instant gratification. So I was immediately drawn to a new book on the market written by Daniel Fabrizio. It's called Sports Investing: Profiting from Point Spreads. The title was compelling, obviously, because all of a sudden, instead of betting, it was investing in sports. That's not quite accurate, but it sort of took it out of the gambling realm and turned it into something that's more familiar to me. So I like this book, and it does a few things really well. It differentiates between investing and betting. It uses data to formulate some winning strategies, and the strategies, a few of the strategies in the book are one strategy is value, one's contrarian, one's momentum based. There's details on how these strategies work with each of the major sports, so football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Sorry, no soccer. There's a section on Monte Carlo analysis to advise how to manage a portfolio and position size. So this is sort of the bankroll in sports betting lingo. And he explains how to lower vigorish, which is the equivalent of to a spread in a stock. This is where sports books make their money, their commissions. It's an introductory book. It's very short. It's not made for an advanced sports bettor, but for me, who's a neophyte in this whole thing, it was a good introduction and gave me a little bit of meat to be able to go on to the next step. Fabrizio doesn't just write books. He actually has a full-blown sports betting platform. He's not a marketplace, but he's a research tool called sportsinsights.com. I took out a subscription there, and basically all the theory that is elucidated in the book comes to life in Sports Insights. And Sports Insights was developed in part by a quant from MIT. And in there you can get access to contrarian value strategies. There's strong historical evidence to show that betting against popular opinion can be profitable. So obviously value investors know that. The same holds true in sports. There's a momentum strategy. Some investors like to let the winners run, and sports investors can find strategies, odds-based strategies that work in that way. There's also a fundamental analysis tool where you can rank a team, based upon whatever's going on, in that team itself, in an individual player himself. And just like you have in real life investing, there's special situations. So, Sports Insights allows some bettors to zero in on certain intangibles of a game, or the direct correlation of how two teams match up against one another. It's not perfect, and Fabrizio is the first to tell you that, and he warns against, in general, using any platform that makes bold and audacious claims. I feel that having spent some time managing the system, it's a great system. It's a great way to get your feet wet in sports betting, particularly if you have a value investing bent. And the deal is great. I mean, so we went out there. You get a $40 book, which is Sports Investing Profiting from Point Spreads, Fabrizio's book. You get 6-month premium access to Sports Insights, which is worth about $600. And we're putting together an exclusive webinar for anyone that purchases this package through Tradestreaming.com called The 3 Secrets Investors Should Know to Make Money in Point Spreads. It's going to be led by myself and by Dan, and it should be great. And on top of all this, there really is no risk. So again, you want to lower your risk whenever you make a purchase, whenever you invest in anything. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you've really upped your odds for success. Check it out on the site. We're selling it for $399. It's about 40% off retail price. Check it out. Let us know, and join the trade streaming revolution. Thank you for listening, and hope you'll join us again next week.